And then at night, he was a truck driver for Golden State Foods, which delivered McDonald's.
Okay.
So he would always come home with the taro pies and everything. And then my mom worked full time for Allstate.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was the issue with Hawaii is you got to hustle.
You have to hustle.
Just to live.
Right.
And I think the only extra time they had was they would give we would go to practice for sports.
Yeah.
And my dad was always there. 100%. He was
That's
always
good
there.
that he would show up for that. That's good.
Good and bad. Like you want your dad to be there, but he's one of those typical Polynesian dads where, man, if you didn't do anything right,
he was
on you.
It almost sounds like your dad though.
It's like games. It's like games.
Yeah.
And if you don't do anything, even if you did something good, right after the game on the ride home,
chewing your ass out.
Yeah. Well, you're just like, Mom, can I ride with you, please?
Right.
Oh no.
And they're like, no, Dad wants to talk to you. I'm like, I know.
I don't want to talk to you.
Scored 4 touchdowns.
You're like, tell the coach to put me in more.
Oh man, don't even bring that up. My dad would bark at coaches too.
Oh, I bet.
I'm like, Dad,
Oh yeah.
just let the coach. But I mean, I was a better running back, but they put me second string because coach is son. But we won't talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, different cultures there. It's loud. And,
When it's a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I don't think people understand. They think Hawaii. They think all Polynesians, and there's so many Asians.
Right.
So many.
But then within that, just all the different
Asian.
there's just
cultures.
so many different cultures and like varieties and
That's why the food is amazing.
I didn't enjoy the food as much.
I think it wasn't so much the food. It was like the food felt like it was like if it was chicken, it's like pre-frozen, and you could tell that like that part of it. I think is what you seem to not like more.
Yeah, like Liliha Bakery. Do you remember Liliha Bakery? So like, it's good.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yep, classic Cocoa Puffs. But everything just had like that like fusion to it a little bit, where it wasn't like just a classic like pancake. It was like you had like your like Liliha cream on top. And
Like you want like just an American pancake and they'd have like fluffy, shaky, like Japanese pancake
kind of
like
pancakes. Yeah. So that was where I was like, I just
the mochi waffles.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's good stuff though. It's a fun experience.
Well, did you like traditional Hawaiian
We probably
food?
didn't go to all the right places though.
I was going to say, I think there's
It's true.
specific places to go to get certain things. And a lot of that you're not going to find like in a Google search.
No.
And we weren't the type to spend like a lot of money on food. So we were just kind of like cheap when it came to that. So if it was a place that was probably like really good, but like $20, $30 for a plate, like we'd be like, no.
I was too cheap.
Well, that's why Hawaii is
so cheap.
hard because whenever I go back, we, obviously we have to pay for flights, but because I'm from there, I don't have to pay for housing. I don't have to pay for a car.
Nice.
But
That
food.
helps. It still adds up. It's crazy.
Oh, and for me, I'm like, I have to eat everything. I haven't been home for 2 years. And I don't know when I'm going to come home again.
Yeah.
we're going like $30 to $40 a meal.
Yeah.
Just for me.
Double
That's
mac
hard.
salad.
Oh, double mac, double scoop rice. Give me everything, that, and that.
Yep.
And I'm still taking dessert home.
I'll be the same way when we go back. We haven't gone back yet, but we're actually talking about trying to do it this year if we can.
Yeah. It was the same deal. I was like, our kid's about to turn 2.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it.
Gotta get it in before.
Oh, man. So we'll see about that, but I don't know. Okay, let me introduce you today. Hello. Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah, and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. Today we have with us Kioa,
What's up?
and he's the founder of The Lost Tribe.
I am.
Is it a dance studio?
It's a dance studio,
Dance
yes.
studio located here. Well, not here, but in Rexburg.
Correct.
Yes.
Is it specifically hip hop dance or just dance?
hip hop?
Okay.
Just hip hop.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So how did that get started? Tell us some more about you.
Man, how did it get started? All right. So my name is Kioa Delos Reyes, and I like to dance, right? The hot rod intro. No, I like to party. No. And so I didn't grow up dancing in high school.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up dancing really at all until after high school. And danced for like 4 months at a studio right before I came here for college. That's what brought me up to Idaho. I went to BYU, Idaho in Rexburg. When I got there, before school even started, there's all these dance parties at night. And I hit one up. And I came up here thinking I was the guy. Like I was the hip hop dance guy. There's BYU, Idaho? No one up here dances hip hop. And
then they were crunking like crazy.
the first dance I went to, I'm in the circle, I'm owning it. I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Then the crew gets there.
Okay.
And there's like 10 of them, and they just put me in my place. They all went at me. And I was like humbled so quick. And I was like, oh my gosh, there actually are dancers here. Crap. Who am I going to be?
In hip hop specifically.
Yeah.
Huh, who would have thought?
And went to another party.
Okay.
Battled this other dude.
You weren't too ashamed after the first
dance
one?
battles.
No, I'm always, I just said, I didn't make sure that crew wasn't there. They weren't there. So I just, do my thing and battled this other dude. And after the battle, he came up to me. He's like, hey, I teach hip hop workshops here on campus. Do you want to come teach? And I'm like, I can do 8 counts. I've never created 8 counts.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's easy. You'll be fine. And then I started teaching.
Wow.
And when you say 8 counts, it's just like choreography?
Yeah, just choreography. I was more into the freestyle world, and it's kind of split if we're talking hip hop with the freestyle world and choreography or the industry. I was more of a street dancer, freestyle dancer. But when he asked me to do 8 counts, it's something I've done. I just never created.
Yeah.
So I was intrigued, and I was like, why not? So first hip hop routine I ever choreographed was to One Republic's Apologize. A little
Classic.
slower. Timbaland's in there, but all he's doing is, yeah. And what's crazy is then I just start teaching dance. I come back home.
And that's at the school that you're teaching.
Right. Yeah, that's at the
To
school.
like other students.
Yeah, college kids.
And this was just for free. You were just teaching,
I was getting paid.
Yeah.
I think he was getting paid, but it was like minimum wage, not really worth it. But we're just having fun teaching dance. And then after about a year of school, 2 semesters of school, I come back home to Washington, where I was living at the point, and got a group of friends together, and there was a competition. There was a Z100 competition, local competition in the Portland area. And whoever won, it was a dance crew competition, dance crew battle. Whoever won got to open up for America's Best Dance Crew on tour.
Cool. Interesting.
So we're talking Jabberwockies.
So it was a big deal.
Oh, it was a huge deal in the
Yeah.
city, right?
Yeah.
So I got some of my friends together.
Portland's big. I'm sure there was
Portland's
a ton
big.
of people.
Oh, yeah. Got my friends together who were all freestyle dancers, taught them choreography that I created. One of them was Apologize, I brought back. And
It was that good.
yeah,
Couldn't let it go.
they were taking the 2 top teams. We ended up getting number 2.
Nice.
So we actually got to open up for the Jabberwockies
Cool.
and for a bunch of other crews that were on tour. And that opened up everything.
Okay.
Like it really opened up being seen,
Yeah.
right? Like
Where was this when you performed for them?
So it was at the Rose Garden, which is now I think the Moda Center. It's where the Trailblazers play
Okay.
down in Portland. So it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really, that's kind of the thing that shot my career
Okay.
as of dance.
Was it like just a one-time getting to open, or did you get to open for them a few times?
It was just a one time.
Okay.
One time when they came to Portland.
Yeah.
Was it packed, the stadium
Oh, it was packed.
or the arena?
Oh,
yeah.
that was the biggest performance I've ever done.
Like how many people?
I want to say like maybe 20,000.
Oh, wow.
A solid
20.
crowd.
That's a lot of people that
Yeah.
you could mess up in front of.
Oh, 100%. Well, and there were a lot of dancers from the studio that I was going to before I went to college that didn't know I was going to be in it, and I didn't know they were going to be there.
I see.
And they were watching too.
Pressure was on.
But it was a good pressure. Like they were on my side.
Good.
Like they were enjoying that I was up there, that someone from their studio was doing great things.
Yeah.
So it was a good pressure. And kind of just shot my career.
Okay.
And that's what kind of got me into dance.
Okay.
Now bringing it to Idaho.
So just on that, was it all your careers that kind of like took off after that, since you said it was a group thing, or since you were like
Yes
the
and
coach?
no. Yes and no. It kind of, the career took off for them. They got sponsored by Vitamin Water,
Cool.
Sobe, and everything.
Yeah.
I was on my mission 2 months later.
Oh, so you
had no plans
pieced
to
out a
even
little
be
bit.
So yeah, all the cool stuff was happening while I was just out in Guatemala.
That must be hard to like commit to going when you have something like that.
It
Did
was.
that make you not want to go? Was that a hard
I
decision?
thought about it
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Because I had like 4 months between getting my call and going to my mission. And during those 4 months is like when all the great stuff in dance was
That's
happening.
hard.
And you said Guatemala?
Yeah. And I actually had a lot of dance opportunities on my mission.
Really?
Like I
Probably
made,
learned a different style.
well, I made deals with kids. I'm like, you go to church with me, I'll teach you dance during my off day.
There you go.
And it worked.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I don't know if they most of them didn't stay in the church.
Still,
But
I mean,
but
that's
got them to
probably
go.
something they don't forget.
Well, and what's crazy is, and I don't know how people found out. I don't know. My mission president found out. All the elders found out. That a lot of them found out I opened up for the job walkies, and they brought it up. They're like, Elder Delos Reyes, you're a dancer. I was like, what? How do you
When
know?
you were on your mission.
When I was on my mission. They're like, yeah, you opened up for the job walkies.
You're like, all the secrets are getting
what?
out.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you find out?
Yeah.
And I think they just YouTubed me.
As
got
you're
eyes
walking,
everywhere.
around, like dancing and doing. Oh no! Like, how do they know?
Yeah, it's not like I'm dancing like all the time. I'm always moving. I'm always dancing. But no, they found out, and yeah, I was doing a lot of things.
That's so funny. So you came back.
Well, and it's funny because that group of guys, I actually joined their crew, and they're a big reason I stayed in dance. I actually did theater in high school. And when I went to college, theater was my route. That's what I decided I was going to do.
So you're already creative route then for sure.
Oh, yeah. I was always creative.
Yeah.
And then I auditioned for a play on campus, and I got a call back for the main role as a freshman.
Nice.
That never happens.
Yeah.
Then I got invited to try out, audition for this hip hop crew.
Okay.
I went to it, and I said, you know what? Whatever thing I make, I'm going to go that route. If I make the acting, I'm 100% I'm gonna go act.
Committed.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do dance. But in this audition or battling into the crew, it's not like you put a number on and they watch you and then they go, okay, yeah, that's the guy. It was between me and a break dancer, and we had to battle each person in the crew. And I made it in.
Okay.
And the only reason I made it in was because I could battle each person at their style.
Yeah.
A lot of them have different styles in hip hop.
I see.
One of them was a popper. One of them was a locker. You got breakers. And the breaker kid I was going against, super good. But he could only break. Like that's the only thing he could do.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they took me was I was just versatile.
So is this just like an independent group or did they have their own like school?
Oh no, this was a street crew of college kids. Like I don't even think the school knew.
Like purely just doing it for fun.
Oh, purely fun.
Okay.
Yeah. And we would just go to parties and battles. We would go to other different colleges and battle their crews.
That's so great.
And yeah, I ended up making a crew. I didn't get the call. I didn't get the part for acting.
Yeah.
And decided, all right, dance is the route I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Now
I'm
here you are.
talking to you guys.
Literally. Okay. So you said you started doing dance and then the biggest thing was just bringing it to Rexburg.
It was. We actually moved. So
So that was the mission, was in Guatemala.
yeah.
Your
Then
family's in Hawaii.
Family's in Hawaii. I come back here. I actually meet my wife a week and a half after I came home
Come
from
back
my mission.
here to IF or Washington?
Well, I come back to school. I really just
at BYU.
To
Okay.
BYU.
yeah. I came back. I think I was home for 2 days, and then I was back in Rexburg, Idaho.
Oh, wow.
And
Culture shock. Reverse culture shock.
Right.
oh yeah, I mean, we didn't have flushing toilets or carpet in Guatemala. I came home and I just laid
Interesting.
down and I was like, carpet's so nice.
Yeah.
Everything.
Toilet that flushed. I'm like, yeah, I was just grateful.
Yeah.
And I was like, I lost 50 pounds on my mission.
I'm
I
sure.
was just like, food, yes. Like the mission was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It was different,
Yeah.
right? Lifestyle was a lot different.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, came back here and I started teaching at different dance studios.
Okay.
I think I was teaching at 9.
All at one
At
time?
the same time.
Almost at the same time.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
was just teaching their hip hop classes.
Okay.
Different styles of hip hop.
Different styles of hip hop, but I was the hip hop teacher
Yeah.
at all these different studios.
You were the guy.
Cool.
And I was that for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started dancing for the school, the college,
BYU.
BYU, Idaho, and their dance company.
Okay.
So I started having to do different styles: ballet, modern, contemporary.
Because now you were in the
Oh my
school
God. Are
group.
you the cougar mascot?
I am not. No, I'm not. But I know them all. But no, I'm not that guy.
Are they part of that crew? Because that cougar is a beast.
No.
It's a cougar? Is that what it is?
Cosmo, I think it is. But yeah, it is a cougar.
That's crazy. That guy's crazy.
I actually
Whoever's in that suit.
I got asked once to be a Pink Panther for some company down in Utah where the Pink Panther is like their logo, their mascot. But under the University of Utah to battle Cosmo at a rivalry game.
That's intense.
I know. It didn't end up happening. But yeah, they asked me, I'm like, you want me to battle?
I'd be nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, because that dude, he's huge. They have such a big following.
And he
with
just
all their choreography.
every time he does something crazy, it's like, how?
One, I've danced in costumes like that.
That's so hard.
It is hard.
Sweating your ass off, I'm
like
sure.
even doing anything like a windmill or anything, like you can barely see.
With like a big head
so your
on.
balance is just all over the place. When he's doing flips and stuff, I'm like,
Right? Like when he dunks
I'm like,
and he's like over the rim, like
I would probably hit my head
Yeah.
on the hoop because I don't know how you see, let alone jump off the trampoline and actually do it. Yeah, or going up the ladder and doing like a basketball
Just
shot.
anything in a big mascot uniform.
Yeah, I'm good. And the older I get, the more I'm like, nah, I'm probably
Someone
gonna
else
get
can
injured.
take that.
Yeah, the young guys can take that.
Okay, so you're dancing for all of these schools. How did that evolve into your own school?
So I'm dancing for all these schools. I end up graduating college.
Okay.
We end up moving to the Bay for a little bit.
Okay.
And it was kind of there I decided I don't want to live out here in California.
why'd you go there? Seems
Work.
Oh, okay.
Work. We were living out in the Bay doing some more. Yeah, we're just working. And we already had my oldest daughter. She was like 3 at the time. And I remember she asked me, she's like, hey, Dad, can I go play outside? And where we were living.
Yeah, where were you over there?
So we were living in Concord
Okay.
and Pleasanton, that kind of area. And I told her, I'm like, hey, I got to go outside with you.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't living in a place I can just let you run around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it hit me. I'm like, I don't know if I want to raise my kids out here. And I hated Rexburg. Up to that point, I hated Rexburg.
Yeah.
But I told my wife, hey, I think I want to go back. She's like, what? You hated that place. We said goodbye. I'm like, I know. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Right?
The priorities of what you realize.
Kind of turned on. And I'm like, actually, no, let's go back. Because now, they just, in the summers, they're gone.
Yeah.
I lock them out. Come back for food, but they just play. So we came back here and I was working at a job. It was a call center job.
Okay.
Making decent money, pretty good money actually, but I hated my life.
Yeah.
You know, you have that job where
It's like the total opposite of dancing.
Yeah, and
sitting at a desk.
and there was no creativity. There was, you do what
Read
you
a
do.
script.
Read the script.
Read a script, make the sale.
Yeah.
But I would come home and not be happy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to play with my kids. I didn't want to go on dates with my wife. Like I just wanted to sit on the couch and put a movie or something on and just
Yeah. Check out. Burnt
for
out.
the whole day.
Yeah.
And then my wife was the one, she was the one that brought it up. I didn't want to start a dance studio ever.
Did you even think about it?
I thought about it. I just didn't think I could be successful at it. Because if you look at most dance studio owners, they're all female. And most of them are married. So they already have that income coming in. That
Sure. Supplemental income there.
To where they can take that risk on a studio. For me, my wife wasn't working and she still doesn't work. She watches the kids. I'm that main income.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out,
Yeah. It has to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I didn't think it could. I really didn't believe it could. My wife brought it up. She's the one that said, you should start a dance studio.
What did you go to school for?
So I went to school for communications,
Okay.
design,
Yeah.
really
Okay.
visual media. And I had started some businesses beforehand. I started a clothing business called Native years ago, and I had a lot of different businesses. I started a shirt business for the solar eclipse when it came here. I've always been a hustler,
Yeah. See an opportunity.
but my wife has hated all my ideas. She hated all of them. She
Yeah.
hated. I would pitch her ideas. I'm like, babe, I should do that. She's like, no. Mm-mm. So when she brought up the dance studio idea,
Yeah.
I was kind of taken back. I'm like, you hate all my ideas, yet you're going to support me with dance and a business with dance? She's like, yeah, that I know you can do. So I said, all right, let's do it. So 2018, started it.
2018.
And I thought I was going to get a lot of flack from all these other studios.
So how'd you go about it? Did you just look for a room first?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was the first dance studio in Rexburg to give me a job to teach, I asked them, could I rent out your studio on the days that you're not having a lot of classes? And they agreed. And that's still what I do.
Cool.
That's still to this day what
Why
I
not?
do.
Yeah, right. It's already there.
And I told every studio about it, that I was going to start my own thing. And they were all supportive.
Great.
All supportive. And I actually had lunches and I interviewed every single one of them, asking, what mistakes did you make?
Sure.
What things do you wish you could have done better? So I could make sure that I started off strong.
Yeah.
We've been going for 6 years.
Nice.
And we're still only a hip hop dance studio.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very different.
Yeah. Specialty.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's very different than other studios. We're kind of like a ballet studio, right? Or a ballroom studio where we focus on one style of dance. And there's pros and cons to it. But I like specializing in it.
Yeah.
And I knew that's not the overall goal. I do want to open up to become everything. But I knew I had to start off by owning the hip hop world.
For sure.
Here in Southeast Idaho.
Yeah.
And we're about there.
Yeah. And if you're like, are you the sole teacher or do you have more people with you?
No, I have 4 instructors under me.
Nice. That's awesome.
So when we first started, I was the sole.
You're just hustling, doing them all.
It was like me and someone else, and we were just teaching all the classes overtime and not paying myself much. I think I was paying my co-director more than I was paying myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it is
Putting
when
it
you
back
start.
into the business.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing custodial jobs, cleaning movie theaters,
Yeah.
and running a business, right? I think everyone thinks, man, you're a business owner. You're the boss. You're racking in the dough. Which
So they think.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I mean,
That's the goal.
That's where you want
Yeah.
to get. But in the beginning, you are putting in time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Lots of
And-
sacrifices.
And for me, it was worth it. And it was hard. Don't get me wrong. Putting in all the time, doing all these other jobs to make sure we could live.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have a kid at that point.
Hell yeah. I think I had 2 kids.
2 kids now.
At that point.
Yeah.
One of my kids was like a year old.
Yeah.
Right. And it's those moments where it gets,
It's a lot to handle.
it's
crap.
scary.
Yeah.
It is scary because
It is.
you have to make it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no plan B.
I was still donating plasma. Like I was doing everything I could to make sure that my family was still taken care of, but that I was still building the business.
Yeah.
And the quote I lived by was, if you build it, they will come. And if I tweak that a little bit, if I build it right, the right people will come.
Sure.
Because our first year was interesting. We just took whoever we could. And that came with a lot of issues.
Yeah.
How so?
Parents.
Okay.
And with a dance studio, probably most will say the hardest thing you'll deal with is parents.
I'm
bet.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Because
Especially with
parents-
kids.
Yeah. They want their kid. They want the best for the kids. I understand it.
Yeah.
Me, I love dealing with parents. I love confrontation. I do. Most of them don't.
Bring it.
That's the Hawaii in you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, I'll square up. Let's scrap.
I love it. I think I do well with parents.
Okay.
Because I'm straight up. There's no beating around the bush. I tell them how it is because that's how I want to be told.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't actually have a lot of issues with parents because they know, like, I will bring it up.
Maybe they think it's going to be an issue, but you make it quickly not.
Oh, yeah. They want it to be an issue, but I shut it down
no,
and they're like,
no.
that was fast. I had something else prepared. I bet you did.
The script in their head
Yeah,
of
but
this fight.
But this is what we do. And I'm not going around it.
Yeah.
But that first year was hard because I had a competitive crew that had girls ages 9 to 17. So it's
All in one group.
all in one group because that's
Yeah.
all we could do.
Sure.
I don't do that now.
Yeah.
But our first year, we just had to get whatever we could.
Yeah.
That came with problems, just because you have different maturity levels, right? When you have a 17-year-old talking about prom and dating and kissing boys, but you have a 9-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to bring up some problems.
They're just not going to vibe.
No. And it did. I had to change up the way I did things.
Yeah.
The first year, if I could redo everything, I wouldn't have paid myself. I wouldn't have made money a thing my first year, and just built it right from the get-go.
Okay.
I had to use my second year as the year to really build out correctly.
Okay.
And then from there, it's been good.
Yeah.
Right? That first year, I was just nervous.
Yeah.
You just took whatever you could. And
so are your biggest expenses paying your trainers or your other coaches and then the
rent.
studio?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm not one to not pay.
Yeah.
I will pay out everything else before I pay myself.
For sure.
Or I'll pay the extra money.
Yeah.
Because when you run a business, you really control how much money you make. That's what, that's
up to you.
That's why I tell people, I'm like, business is awesome because you control it, but you also control it. So if you're not making money, that's all on you. You're doing something wrong, and don't complain about it.
It's like figure out what it is and
Yeah.
fix it.
If you want to make a certain amount of money and you know you want to make it, go work a corporate job. Go work a 9-to-5. Like, you're guaranteed money and it's comfortable. I love business because it's uncomfortable. I don't know how much money I'm going to make this summer.
Right.
When everyone's budgeting, studio wise, I will kind of know how much I make. I know how many students I have, how much they pay,
Sure.
and everything like that. But the next season, I don't know.
Yeah.
We could go up. We could go down.
Yeah.
Luckily, we go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some growth between
Right.
each one. Yeah.
But you never know. And I think that's why
it's the uncertainty
it's
of like,
exciting.
yeah.
So how do you go about finding these students? They just come to you?
Well, yeah. A lot of times for us, it's been word of mouth. They see us perform somewhere. They know someone that is in it.
Okay.
But a big part of it is families. Like, we get a lot of siblings.
Oh, okay.
One brother will do it for 1 year,
Yeah.
and then the next year, another brother joins in.
Nice.
Right now, we got one family that has 4 kids in it.
Cool.
That's what I love,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
because it becomes a family affair. It becomes a family thing.
Yeah.
So when we perform our shows, parents are watching their whole family, right? All the kids are supporting each other. Like, it's not just, 4 siblings watching one,
Yeah.
and we're there for one. They're all participating.
Yeah.
And sometimes the siblings maybe aren't that good, but they see the joy that comes from it. And like, that's what we push. And I tell my dancers straight up, listen, most of you guys won't become professional dancers, and that is okay.
Yeah.
But you're going to become future leaders, future moms, dads, teachers, whatever you want to be. You're going to be that. We're helping you become the best you, right? And I tell them, if you're going to become a teacher and you're going to stay in this community and you're going to teach my kids, I want you to be the best teacher you can be for my kids.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the best director, mentor for you, so that you can be that. And I've had discussions with a few of my friends that are dancers and directors and studio owners. And, we chuckle about this because we know they're not going to feel what we've taught till probably years later.
That
Right, though.
confidence that you're giving them.
Sure.
And they might not even recognize it.
Yeah.
That we were a part of that journey for them.
For sure.
So it can be hard because, a lot of people want to see the quick outcome.
Yeah.
We live in that world, that 8-second world.
We do.
Where people just want it, but they don't find joy in the journey.
Yeah.
They don't find joy in the hardships. I tell my dancers, especially my competitive ones, when we're working out, when we're warming up, when we're running it over and over again and it's hard, I stop time and I'm like, hey, you know what you're feeling? Enjoy that. Learn to enjoy the grind. Because all you're worried about is the outcome. I know you are. All you're worried about is competition and how we do. But if you don't enjoy the journey, that outcome won't taste so good.
Yeah.
Without the pain, there's no joy.
You got to enjoy your now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And enjoy the grind, because life will be like that.
Yeah.
Our first couple of years of running the business wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Did I cry? Yeah. Did I find myself in the dance studio by myself because the classes were not full? We had 0 students in a class. Yeah. And I posted that pic on Instagram.
That's
And
hard. That's so hard.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
But
that's so hard.
But that's also the post I got the most likes and the most comments. They're like, people don't post the hardships.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm not scared to. I'm not scared to let people know that I struggled or still do struggle.
Yeah.
I think people have to know the real, right? But I still will push businesses on people. Like, I will still push people to run their own business.
Yeah.
Because if you can wake up on a Monday and enjoy waking up on a Monday, I think you're doing something right.
That's a big
Really
deal.
though.
Oh, 100%.
Really
Because
though.
everyone's phrase is, oh, it's Monday tomorrow.
Another week.
I don't want it to be Monday. I love Mondays. I eat Mondays. I almost go too hard on Mondays.
Like, here we go.
Yeah, like
Start
almost
of
to a
the
point where
week.
Monday
Let's
night
go.
I'm like, oh gosh, man, I should have went slower because I like the push for the week.
Yeah.
I do. And Fridays are awesome because my work's kind of done.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for the next week.
Do you feel like your weeks fly by so fast? Like every day is like a blink of an eye.
100%.
I feel like every day now, it's like we do something in the morning and then all of a sudden I look at the clock and it's like 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? Where did this day go?
And
What is
done today
going
is
on?
A podcast, and then, like, I don't even know. Look
Yeah,
at emails.
just so many.
Like,
Well, and also working with kids.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years, and some of these kids have been with me for 6 years.
That's fun to see.
that's really cool.
You see not just growth in them, but physically,
Literally.
right? It's just like,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Oh, gosh.
And then they're like going
then
to
they're
high school
graduating,
or college and it's like, oh
And
my
I'm like,
gosh.
what are you going to do with your life? I'm like, well, I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm like, awesome. Do it. I got your back. Call me if you need it. I don't know if I'm going to give you money. You know I won't give you money.
But I'll be there for emotional support.
Oh, I'll be there.
I'll be your mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have kids call me.
That's awesome.
Kids that have moved on, and they'll let me know, hey, I want to do this with my life. I'm like, awesome. That sounds good. Or I want to do this. I'm like, I don't know if I can fully support that. I'll support you though. I think you should do this too.
And they probably really take seriously what you have to say.
A lot of them do.
Like, you're not their math teacher. Like, you're the cool teacher.
No,
Like,
and I am the cool teacher, and I'm the real teacher.
Yeah.
And they probably really like that.
And I've always been real, right? I'll let them know.
Yeah.
If they post something, I'm like,
It's like,
bro,
boy.
really? Really?
Yeah.
Like you represent your family still. And I still tell them, I'm like, you represent me.
Yeah.
You put on that tribe shirt, you're not only representing the studio, you're representing me. But most importantly, you're representing yourself. And I think you deserve more than that.
For sure.
And in most cases, they're like, oh, you're right. Oh, delete it.
Because it's always nice for the kids to have like a third party mentor that's not a parent, just someone else that they can trust. And like when we worked in retail, we had all these like younger associates who were like 16. And then we'd see them like be in high school and then go to college and be like, oh my gosh, I've known you since you were like a sophomore and now you're a sophomore in college. And it would be like, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you the realness right now and help you out.
I always love that when you'd have kids who are like, I don't know, just bitching at each other. Like, my friend did this. And a lot of the times, like, they're just being dumb kids.
Right.
And when you're honest with them and you're like, well, what are you doing? And you like kind of call them out a little. And like, it's just funny how you can.
Well, it's funny because they'll call me out too.
Oh, man,
that's
They
when
do. They do.
But that's when I know. We have a good
Some awareness
relationship.
here.
We have a good relationship and you're comfortable telling me things. And I tell them, I'm that one guy that will tell them, listen, if you're ever at a party and you don't feel comfortable and you don't want to call your parents because you're scared, because you shouldn't be at that party, I will come and pick you up, take you home, no questions asked. We don't need to talk on the ride. Any time of night, I can be that person. because I still care for these kids.
Sure.
And I understand how hard it can be.
And are they still in the same age range, like 9 to 17?
Usually around this time, they're all in high school. Okay,
Yeah.
right? They're all
Yeah.
able to go to parties and stuff.
Sure.
Or if you're in a situation with a guy.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, I'll get you out.
Yeah, I'll get you out.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about anything.
Yeah.
Not
All I care
everyone
about is
can
your
go to their parents for that kind of stuff. And
No. You know, people are scared, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Right? I'll be that person that can get you out of it, and then whatever you do with your parents, like, that's up to you.
Yeah.
I'll get you out of it, though. That's all I care about. We get you out, and I've had a few of those calls before.
Nice.
And my wife understands. When I get that call at 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, babe, I got to go pick someone up and take them home. And she's like, okay, call so let me know when you get home. Like, she knows.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of guy.
For sure.
That is there for the kids. Because I'll treat them like they're my own.
For sure.
100%.
That's important also, like, for people to bring their kids to the studio now, to know like they have like a very trusting person that can mentor their children.
Which can be hard in this day of age when you're a male director.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything can look bad.
Yeah.
So I don't give rides to my students,
Yeah.
even from the studio. I don't.
Sure.
They're like, hey, can we get a ride to this event? Or I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Catch a ride with this dancer or this dancer, because you know my rule.
I'm not having anything thrown back on me.
Yeah. Not
Boys
making
or
this
girls,
messy.
none of it. No. No, because
You never know these days.
anything, a
unfortunately.
picture can just throw down something you've built
Right?
for years.
That's why you're like, if I do pick you up at night from that scenario, don't talk. Just sit until I get you home.
Yeah, I don't want to know what you did or what happened.
Yeah. I'm not involved.
I drop you off, you get home, you talk to your parents, you don't. I could care less. Your safety is my concern, and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me. No, don't even tell me. I don't want to.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. The less I know, the better. The less I know. But But this guy, don't tell me which guy. Don't tell me which guy.
Turn up the
I
volume.
don't wanna know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to find out what happened and then
Get you involved
the
now.
Polynesian gets out. The Polynesian dad gets out. I'm like, where does he live?
Exactly. So you have classes every day. What is your schedule like?
So we're just Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Okay.
Sometimes Saturdays, depending on events,
Okay.
competitions. Right now we're in competition season.
Yeah.
So
Are they local
Which
or
is
where's
when?
competition?
What's competition season?
competition season, I mean, most will say is like January through May. But
Okay.
all the big heavy competitions are in March and April.
Gotcha.
There's like maybe some small things in January and February, but the meat of it is in March and April.
Interesting. Okay.
So like we have an event this Saturday. It's an adjudication, which means it's run like a competition. There's judges and they give out live feedback right after, but you're not competing.
Okay.
It's just a way to get ready
Test yourself and
for a competition.
Okay.
See what little things you can fix or
And that's
work on.
here or in Rexburg?
Actually, that's going to be here.
Oh, it is?
Okay.
That'll be in Thunder Ridge.
Cool.
So I got four teams going all day
And
Saturday.
it's all hip hop dance.
No. This one's all styles of dance. And then we get put into a hip hop bracket. My older high school teams, I take them down to LA in April and we compete in the biggest hip hop competition in the nation.
Cool.
Last year, 2 of my teams placed in the finals. We got 6th
Nice.
and 7th.
You're up
If
there.
you place in the top 5,
And it's always as a team.
always as a team. If you place in the top 5, you get to represent the U.S. at Worlds. So we were one spot
You were
away
so close, yeah.
from Idaho.
Yeah. Lowell Rexburg.
And that was last year?
And that was last year.
So
Nice.
hopefully this year
that's the plan.
you can make it.
The goal right now is 5th,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The
One
goal
better
is-
than last year.
Yep. The goal has always been to get better. The first year we went, we got dead last.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
It was actually needed. When we went, it really opened up my kids' eyes. I knew how it was.
But they just don't know anything.
How
don't know.
long is like a performance when they go out and do this?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, pretty quick. It's almost like the
quick.
cheer world from
Yeah.
what we've been hearing.
Fast.
Yeah.
One shot. If you prelims day, if you make it to the finals, then you perform that same routine the next day. And then you get the final placement. this last year, ecstatic that we made finals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it 3 years ago? We got dead last. The year after that, we got like midway through the pack. And then last year we made finals, and
That's exciting.
So you're only on the up and up right now.
Yeah.
that's nuts.
That's really great.
Yeah. The goal right now is 5th. If we can make finals, then in August we compete against 55 other countries as the
Wow.
U.S.
Where is
Right?
that at?
It's in Arizona.
Okay. In the United States. Don't
Yeah.
get to go anywhere cool
No,
out of the country.
The U.S. always hosts it,
Yeah.
but all the other countries come.
Wow.
Like, it is nuts.
How many people or how many countries coming?
You said 55?
Yeah.
55. Wow.
That's
Usually-
a lot.
usually-
Yeah.
That's a ton.
Usually maybe about 20, 25 come
And like 5 teams from each country.
in
right.
each division. There's 5 divisions.
So this,
Right.
this is huge. This is so huge.
And it's not even all hip hop. It's
All hip hop.
It's all
it is
hip-hop?
all
Yeah.
hip hop for that.
Yeah, this one in LA.
That's cool. That's all hip hop
It'd be
then.
fun to watch.
Oh, so much fun to watch. I mean, you have even going to the US one, it's crazy because we'll go and my kids will be like, oh my gosh, it's that crew that was in the Daddy Yankee music video. I'm like, yeah, you're competing against them.
Have you seen like the Red Bull like breakdance competitions?
Yeah, the Red Bull
Is it
one.
like that? Like how you would compete against each other?
Not so much a battle. It's still choreography.
Okay.
They have everyone perform in their division, and then at the end of the division, they calculate all the scores, and then they announce who's making it the next day, or who made the finals.
So you might not even make the cut the next day.
No,
Interesting.
and then you don't dance.
Yeah.
Is your outfit a part of it?
Huh?
Is your outfitting a part of it?
Oh yeah, costume's a big part of it.
Okay.
Choreography, blocking on stage,
Yeah.
your dancing, even the styles of dance of hip hop that you use. You have to use 3 styles at least of hip hop. Everything is, they have 6 judges. Technically, they have 7 judges in this.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
So it's like point based where you kind of like, you got to hit all your marks. And
yeah.
like,
So what they do is they do 3 judges off of skill based things, and then 3 judges off of performance based things, and then 1 head judge that pretty much breaks tiebreakers, or he's just making sure. Yeah. So it's intense.
Yeah.
And
Seriously though, with that many people.
well, and coming out from Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
just intimidating in general.
Just feeling like the small guy already.
Yeah,
a
when we're
little bit.
announced and they're like Idaho, and everyone's like,
What?
Like, wait, how do I say this?
they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you go to Five Guys.
Potatoes.
We did that.
Yeah.
We did your fries.
You like tater tots? That's us.
Us. You like fries at all? Us. Yeah. But the past couple of years we've built relationships with other crews.
Good.
And, you know, anytime you go into a new environment, you're trying to establish yourself. And I think last year we did that by making
Good.
finals.
So now that you're kind of getting some traction and out there more, do you collaborate with any other studios or like frequently call other studios for like, I guess just input, advice or?
Yeah. We've had a few other Idaho studios or Idaho teams from Boise go now. We've collaborated with some Utah crews as well.
What does a collaboration look like for a dance studio?
Kind of just depends. Sometimes, like in December, we went down to St. George and performed at their Christmas show.
I see.
Sometimes it's doing videos
For like a other team. Okay.
for another studio, yeah,
Okay.
and their crew. Sometimes it's bringing their teams up to us, and we like have a workshop day
Sure.
where we learn or we film videos together.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's just meeting up when we can.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously being out here, it does make things a little bit more difficult when it comes to traveling.
Yeah.
And we find out that we have to pay out more, dish out more, because normally we are the ones that are going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's going to come here.
But
Yeah.
for me, it's worth it. And even the trip down to St. George, I paid the whole thing.
Wow.
didn't
For
make
all
my-
your kids too?
Yeah, I didn't make my dancers pay just
Oh
because
man. That's crazy.
So do you do like fundraising or anything
we
like
do
that?
fundraising.
Yeah.
But some of these things I like to take care of so they know what it feels like.
Are you able to compensate that for like their fees and whatnot?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It just depends. Like the performance in St. George, I paid for because that was more my decision.
Okay.
I said, we're going to do it. I'll pay for it. I want you guys to see how it feels like.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes they can't see that final picture and they don't want to pay for it. But I do.
So it's the kind of thing where you can choose which competitions you go to and pay more possibly to go to them.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Like kind of how the cheer was, where there's like, there are competitions here, but then there's some that are like in Florida and stuff that like they can go to if they're willing to pay for it.
Right. Yeah. And that's where it gets difficult, right? Because
but you go to something like that and you're probably, your name just like you get so much clout from going to those things.
Well, clout, and you get to see where you stand. Right.
Sure.
When we do all these local competitions, we normally murder it in the hip hop category.
Yeah.
And the judges are always like, man, that was like a fresh breath, like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this in Idaho. We're kind of used to that. But I always need to take our teams to national competitions. So not only can we
open
be
their
humble,
eyes a little bit,
but they know what the level actually is that we need to be at.
Sure.
And by doing these LA trips, we've been seeing that.
Yeah.
So now in training, when we train weekly, they know what they're training for.
For sure.
They didn't know that before we went to it.
Yeah.
We thought we was the ish.
it puts more like purpose to what they're doing and like they see the bigger picture.
Right? Everyone talks about their why.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know what you're fighting for if you don't know.
No, it's true. It's a good point.
So when we went and we got last our first year, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like we got last. They were jumping for joy. When they came off that stage, they were so excited.
Yeah.
Did we kill it? I thought we did. But compared to the competition,
But apparently
we didn't.
not.
Yeah.
But they got to see. So that next year, everybody.
That probably just boosts their confidence so much.
Well, and they knew what they needed to do.
Yeah.
I think
when-
That's true.
Yeah.
When I said something, hey, we got to do this. We got to do technique. We got to train. They're like, all right. Whereas in before, and they're like, oh, this is so
Like,
Sure.
not again. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's a good point to help encourage them and actually see what they're doing.
Like, you're not the shit
Yeah.
yet. You can be, but you got to work on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was good. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to be humbled.
For sure.
You need real life to hit you to learn. And they learned it. And now we're actually moving up.
Yeah, that's
We're
exciting.
growing. So we'll see this year.
Yeah. So that's coming up in March, April.
Yeah.
Okay.
April, we'll go down to LA.
Exciting.
Oh.
So do you have a big crew that's going with you to do that?
No, this year it's a little bit smaller. We got 2 crews. Each of them have 7.
Okay.
And they're actually both in the same division.
Ooh, competing against each other now?
Competing against each other, yeah.
Even more pressure.
Yeah, pressure, but I think pressure's good.
For sure.
But maybe it'll be nice to have a familiar face on stage competing against.
Oh, yeah.
For them.
And I think of it, too, as now we got 2 more chances.
There you go.
True. For like your school.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And one of them is a little bit better than the other. It's our elite squad, but I'm like, it don't matter. You go, you do. Mm-hmm. You work hard. Hard work over talent any day. I've always preached that. Mm-hmm. Because hard work likes to take a break. Talent likes to take a break. Mm-hmm. Hard work, you're set.
Gotta keep
That
going.
discipline is in. No matter what you perform.
Yeah.
Talent likes to just chill.
Well, maybe I need to take your class and put in some hard work because I can't dance worth shit.
Well, and it's funny because people say they can't dance, but that was me in high school.
But I'm willing to put in the hard work because I don't have the talent.
Well, and that's what I did. I still don't think I'm the most talented dancer.
Yeah.
And I think my kids know that. Because when I take class from someone else, I'm a lot slower. I've always been. Mm-hmm. But I'm the one that night is putting in the work so that the next day, no one's beating me.
Sure.
No one's, and it sucks. Because you have all these guys that can learn choreo so quick. And I have to go home and practice, but that's my superhero trait.
Yeah.
And I learned that from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be so hard, just even remembering the choreography and stuff.
Oh, it is.
I feel like that's just so
I have
hard.
kids that
That's
learn it
so
faster
hard.
than I do. Kids know my choreo better than I do.
Get it right.
I'm like,
Oops.
oh gosh. But then my daughters know. They know when I have a performance coming up because I'm at home practicing.
I love it.
I have to.
Yeah.
I'm not gifted with memory like other people are. But I know my hard work traits
For sure.
are off the chains.
So when this season the competitions are over. Do you do like tryouts and try and like build up your team again? Like kind of just start over?
So we do tryouts like the week after our last show.
Wow. Okay.
Our end of the year showcase. Most studios do that.
Yeah.
Right. That's the best way to retain dancers. And then I almost have another tryout during the summer for kind of the newer people.
Okay.
Who haven't found us yet, or other people who have decided.
Yeah. Last minute.
And sometimes, most times I will ask people, I'm like, hey, you should come and try out. Because a lot of these kids don't believe they're good enough.
Sure.
It takes so much confidence to dance like that in front of people.
What does? But I always preach, listen, I'm not looking at how good you are. I'm looking at how hard you're working. Because if you can give me that hard work, I can make you a good dancer. I promise I can. If you're not willing though, this is not going to work out.
Just in general, if someone's not willing to try and do something, it's like, why am I going to push you to do that? Like, you don't want to do it.
And I feel like we're losing that.
Good.
With these newer generations, we're losing the hard work.
Oh.
And they want the instant success, right? It's the Instagram
I was going to say, it's the social media stuff right now.
It's the scrolling, and we see people just killing it.
Yep.
Who are like 15 and have their lives figured out.
But even
making millions.
But even then, I'm sure they've been doing stuff behind the scenes, and they just had their lucky break.
Was it Charlie D'Amelio? She's been dancing for years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
Right? Usher, 30 years before he gets a halftime performance. I'm like, it takes time.
That guy was sweating during that performance.
Well, I mean,
I would be too.
So much he had to take his shirt off.
Literally.
I'm not, when he
but
came
the
out,
rollerblades.
we were kind of like dogging on his outfit, his white vest outfit a little. We were like, why'd they put him in that? But then as it like progressed and everything, like that was such a good halftime show.
Oh yeah.
When he came out on the rollerblades and then like slid between the guy's legs.
I was so
at the end.
scared for him.
Like all of that could have been messed up so easy.
Oh yeah.
And just like been awkward. Like, and he killed it.
You know what's funny is last night I was talking to a younger girl, college girl, because she came up, she knew I was a dancer. We were playing volleyball, and she's like, hey, what do you think of that halftime show? And I already knew from her facial expression, she didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it was dope.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking top 3 for me. She's like, oh, we don't need to talk then. I'm like, you didn't like it, huh? She's like, I mean, the only good part was when Her came out. And Her is the
guitarist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She was cool. But
no, she was.
Because they were all younger than 25. They didn't know.
I'm like, wait, if you didn't burn Confessions, if you didn't illegally download Confessions from LimeWire onto a blank CD,
and write the name on the CD. You can't
talk to me about this halftime show.
Nope.
You're not gonna get it.
You have no say.
You're not gonna get it. The dancing was awesome. It was different.
It was different.
The rollerblading.
That was a surprise for me. All the rollerblades.
I think Usher does need to update his dancing style like a little.
Oh, he did.
I can't say
things.
shit because I can't. But
no, it was typical Usher.
It was Usher. It was just Usher.
A lot of these twist turns, like all the time, and then his gliding, and then
the like kind of robotic type of stuff. Yep.
But it was like just stop the ticking. The ticking was getting me.
Oh no, it was.
It was just too much.
But I love him.
It was.
So it was okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was typical Usher. I'm like. I'm seeing the moves and I'm like, man, that's
Usher.
That's Usher.
Yeah. That's Usher. Right.
Well, and even like someone was like, oh man, did you see the way he was with Alicia Keys?
Oh yeah.
Like that was kind of weird.
That was a little.
But for me, it was like, that was Usher.
Yeah, it's Usher.
That's Usher performing.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
It could have been at JT and Janet Jackson, but it wasn't.
Exactly. I'm like, it was Usher, but someone asked me, they're like, because you're going to have people that don't like it. You're going to have people that love it. Yeah. I'm like, there is maybe one artist, that could make everyone happy. And he's dead. But he was the first halftime performer. It was MJ. Yeah. Back in 93.
So Michael Jackson.
The first halftime performer. Ever.
Interesting.
Ever. Yeah. Because back in 92, what people don't know is back in 92, there was no halftime performances. But some other channel that wasn't the NFL game put on a TV show.
Smart.
And millions of views. Yeah. During about the halftime.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why that halftime's like, we have to do it
NFL
ourselves.
The next year got Michael Jackson. Yeah. Because they're like, we need to keep our viewers on.
I didn't realize that those dancers don't get paid. Or like halftime performers.
crazy.
That
No, I
is.
think last year Rihanna put more money into her show to make it better. But
They
crazy.
spend their own money.
Yeah.
yeah, well, they're given a budget. It's not much, and
Yeah.
it wasn't much.
So if
It
they
wasn't-
want to make it better, it's on them.
Because she was
Yeah.
like in the air.
and she
like,
actually decided, like as of late, they decided to pay their dancers. A lot of dancers weren't even getting paid because
yeah.
the artists weren't getting paid. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you get paid?
Right?
Yeah.
And they were just doing it because the NFL was getting away with it.
Which they
Because
should
it's
not
like,
be.
well, I know,
They're
I shouldn't.
making so much money. It's insane.
So much money.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But now, and that was a big thing, that dancers weren't getting paid, but they were just using the whole, hey, but you get to be in a Super Bowl
I hate it.
on TV and you get to put it on your resume. So like, you don't need to get paid. Luckily now they are,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the dancing was good. But then again, this is also when I started dancing. Like, I know all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I posted on Facebook about it. Obviously didn't happen, but he brought out her, he brought out Alicia Keys, he brought out Will I Am for the Oh My God part.
You're right. He did, huh?
And then obviously Luda, Little John.
Yep.
Like,
It's a solid.
but he even said in an
lineup.
interview, I looked up some interviews because I was interested in seeing
Yeah.
who he was going to bring in. He said, I'm definitely bringing in some people that have helped made my career. That without these guys, I wouldn't be Usher. And I thought he brought out
Good for him.
Everyone.
Giving them all the
Yeah.
respect they
Oh,
deserve.
yeah. And Usher's an interesting performance because he started off R&B, right? So it's like, dang, how is he going to make the whole
Yeah.
lineup good with his hip hop songs and R&B? But I liked it.
He did a
It
good
worked.
job. It was a good like cohesion between all of them too. It was really
definitely
good.
worked, and I liked it. Everybody at my Super Bowl party that I went to, they were all looking at me because they knew when it comes to halftime.
What's your opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, Kioa, can you dance with them? I'm like,
Of course I
I'm
can.
not going to take off my shirt though. I mean, if I had his body, taking off the shirt would have been in the lineup, but
Right.
nobody's
I know.
trying to see.
My dad's like, "How old is he? This is amazing."
I know. I'm like, gosh. I mean, I would have worked out though if I was
Yeah.
performing
Some
halftime.
prep for this. A
I'm
little
sure
bit.
he did.
I'm sure he did a few push-ups and sit-ups and
a
diets.
couple
Yeah.
here and there. Okay, we have killed a lot of time, surprisingly. Do you have any advice for someone who's wanting to start their own business or pursue their dreams?
I think when it comes to pursuing a dream and starting a business, being a part of that, just go for it.
Okay.
I think people are too scared to fail. I think failure and the thought of it scares so many people, whether they're scared to lose money or even the fact that it won't work out. But you never know until you try. And I think we learn from our mistakes to become lessons. And it doesn't mean it's the end of your dream. You just got to figure out a different route, a different way, right? When I was starting my studio, a lot of my dance friends asked me why, like, dude, why Idaho? It's not going to work out. There's not enough people. There's too many white, conservative Mormon kids that won't appreciate hip hop. And my answer to them was, why not? Why?
Give them a chance.
Yeah.
And it's like, where are they getting that knowledge from?
Right.
Like just nowhere else.
You're just saying that because that sounds right to you.
Yeah.
But like that's backed on nothing.
No. And I'm like, they deserve it too. You don't have to move to a city to be able to be a dancer and do all these things.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's more out in cities. But for me, on the drive here, I've like contemplated, I've been talking to myself, like, what's my why?
Yeah.
What's my real why? And with all my businesses that I do here, my why has always been to bring culture to this area.
It's important.
I'm not trying to
Seriously.
change the culture, but I'm trying to bring in
Yeah.
different cultures. And if they want to learn from it, if they want to participate in it, by all means, right?
Yeah.
I also run a juice business called
Okay.
Shaka Juice.
Okay.
Nice.
And we sell,
Shaka, I've seen that one.
yeah, we've been at the farmers markets.
That's where I've seen it for
Okay.
sure.
And we
Okay.
sell different juices. A lot of it's Polynesian
Yeah.
because that's what
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
A lot of it's from
I think
Mexican.
I noticed it once we were passing by and I saw that it had Pog flavored and I was like,
That's our number one
You're
flavor.
like, wait a second.
Wait, who's this guy? He's
Yeah.
not from here.
So that's one of my other businesses. I'm starting another business this summer as well at the farmers market. That will be a different culture.
Okay. Is
And
it food related?
It is food related.
Okay.
And it's just trying to introduce different
love it.
cultures here.
So just endless.
need it.
Is it an
We need
endless
it
Mac
here.
salad bar?
You wish.
I would be there.
No.
It's like a Zippy's knockoff.
Oh,
Right.
I wish
I
too.
want some Zippy's real
Yeah.
bad.
I was there a couple weeks ago.
You were
in
at
Vegas.
Zippy's? Oh, right.
Vegas
in
opened up a
Vegas.
Zippy's
I
and
saw that.
I was there and I got everything. You can ask my wife.
jealous.
It hurt my tummy,
I'm sure.
but it was well worth it. It helped my heart.
Yeah.
But Idaho needs the culture.
It does.
And I'm not trying to hate on the traditional culture here, but I think if we want to love more,
Yeah.
we need to understand more.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we can't understand if we don't know. Right? Like, for example, when I started Lost Tribe, everyone thought the hip hop culture was just booty shaking, legs on the wall, stripper poles.
Yeah.
Because that's all we're fed.
Yeah.
But the hip hop culture is so much more. And it's so family based. And it's so clean and so healthy
Yeah.
especially for boys. Right? Where it's
Like boys getting into dance.
yeah,
Like,
boys getting
why
into
not?
dance.
Yeah.
and same with my juice business.
Yeah.
Pog is the number one flavor because it's awesome. But if you haven't tried it, you don't know what happiness is. You really don't. You don't know that these 3 fruit juices can go together. Or that I have a drink from Tonga or Samoa or from Mexico.
Yeah.
And they try it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yeah.
And I love it because that's my culture. I love sharing my culture with everyone
Yeah.
because it's helped me become the person I am.
It probably keeps you grounded a little bit.
Especially here in
It can be
Idaho
hard
where
here.
there's not a lot of culture. It helps me stay with
For
my
sure.
own. Same with hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop is not a big culture here.
Yeah.
I think kids are too afraid to get into it because they don't know what their parents are going to think.
Around here.
And that's how it felt.
Yeah.
That's how it felt the first 2-3 years. But I think now we're getting to a spot where when we're doing halftime performances, it's wholesome
Good.
because that's what hip hop really is.
Yeah.
And people are like, man, that was good. I didn't know we have that here. Oh, we're out here. And being able to have conversations, healthy discussions to where, you know, if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, we can still talk.
Yeah.
We can still share our point of views and still love the other person,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
If you're gay and I'm straight,
That
we
don't
can
matter.
still have discussions.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I
If
still
anything,
love you.
it's like more of a reason to have discussions.
Yeah.
So you can truly understand people.
and see each other's sides. I'm not saying your thoughts or decisions have to be changed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but at least
Absolutely.
you understand where they're coming from so that when we get into these kind of situations, I can go, oh yeah, I remember this guy talked to me about this
Yeah.
and,
Like it all
and how
makes
he
sense.
felt.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. I understand you. And then we go from there.
Yeah.
And we build a community,
For sure.
right? A community that loves no matter what, no matter what religion, what you believe in.
Yeah.
It's looking at the person before whatever the beliefs politically, religiously.
Yeah.
Especially because so much of what people base themselves off of can be like things they've just heard or seen and never truly experienced, but maybe they're not old enough to know that. And then they start acting certain ways and it's like they could just be
Based
more
on what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on what you said, what he said, what she said.
Besides firsthand experience of
Yeah.
these cultures and places and everything. Yeah.
And
I think firsthand experience is
you guys
Very
know,
important.
living in Hawaii. One, it's funny because I think a lot of people when they hear I'm from Hawaii and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys don't like white people." I'm like,
not
We like
white people who say shit like that.
"Yeah, we like everyone." We in Hawaii, you never grew up
Yeah.
No.
being one group because there wasn't.
It's based on attitude and how you are.
Yeah,
You can feel that vibe
For
on
sure.
people when they walk around with this like entitledness
Right.
there. And it's just like an energy.
but Hawaii has taught me so many things.
Oh, yeah.
And I think sharing that culture has already opened up parts of Southeast Idaho
Yeah.
to where they
It's really cool.
can understand and we can still be friends.
For sure.
but I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. what they would call Mr. Vala'au or Mr. Aloha. Anywhere I go, I'll see someone. And that's one of the reasons I love living in Rexburg. I can go anywhere and know people by name.
Yeah.
And I'm a city boy through and through. I never thought I would be in a small town, but I love it. And that personal brand that I've built has helped me in all my businesses. And people know what I stand for.
Yeah.
People know what I stand for. You don't have to believe in
I think
everything.
that's really important. Making it clear what you stand for.
Yep. And that's the first thing I started. And I think people trying to get into business have to understand that.
You have to pick a side.
Your personal brand is huge.
Yeah.
You can't just appeal to everyone. It's just the way it is.
And it took me some time in business to learn that you're not going to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Especially around here. Like, that's just how it is. People are going to have a fight about something.
Yep. And that's okay.
Yeah.
They can. I just do me.
Yeah.
I compete with me. That's it. I don't compete with other studios. I compete with our last year.
Yeah.
You know, how are we doing as a team? Okay. Oh, but they're doing this. They're
like, focus on yourself.
Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
Yeah.
They're better. Well, yeah, they've been doing it since they were 3. We just need to be. You just need to be a better you than yesterday. That's it. And we progress.
That's all we can do.
This area has been stuck in this whole perfection state. I know why. You're never gonna be perfect. I tell them that.
That doesn't exist.
You're never gonna be the perfect dancer. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't want to hear that. But we can grow and we can progress. And that's all that matters. And I told my wife, I'm not marrying you because you're perfect. And I know a lot of guys would be like, oh my gosh, you said that to your wife. I'm like, yeah.
None of us are perfect.
Because I'm straight up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't marry you because you're perfect. I married you because I know we can enjoy this journey through life together.
Yeah.
I know we can. I know we can help each other with our weaknesses. And that the journey, for me, is sometimes more important than the destination. Because I know we're going to get there. If I know we're going to get there, why am I worrying about there?
Yeah.
I'm going to worry about the drive and enjoy the drive.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to enjoy it.
You don't
Because
wanna
one
hate
day
your
it'll
life
all
on
be
the way
over. And
there.
if you do make it, then you will make it one day and look back at it all. And you want to be proud of that time and not like, oh, I was a bitter, grumpy person that whole time because I just wasn't there yet.
And the one thing we don't
And
know,
if you're like that, when you get there, you're not going to just be happy. Like, you know, like,
What's changing?
yeah, you're not just going to all of a sudden, like, one day be like, I mean,
did
okay,
it.
maybe if you had like a sellout and
$1 million.
made millions of dollars all of a sudden, then maybe. But for running a business, it's not like you would go through all these struggles and then one day just be like perfectly happy. Like, it takes practice.
Have you ever made a goal and then hit it? And then what?
It's like
what
they're
happens?
constantly evolving
you're
and
like, now
changing.
what?
And
Right.
yeah.
And then you're hitting another, and then you have to choose another goal.
Exactly.
When you hit these goals, listen, and I tell my dancers, okay, imagine if we got 5th. Then what?
Yeah.
Then we have to choose another goal. It's not about the goal. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Because your goals will always change. They have to.
Yep.
You hit your goals, they change and they become better.
Yeah.
The journey is always going to be there. Right? So why are we just thinking about the journey? Let's enjoy. I'm going to start thinking about the goal and enjoy the journey. Enjoy the hustle. Enjoy the grind. Enjoy the fallbacks, the setbacks, the wins, the losses. If you can enjoy that, your life mentally will be so much better.
For sure.
Because all they want is wins. They don't want the L's. I love the L's.
That's
I
where you
love the
learn
hard
They
the
times.
mold you.
My wife hates it that I think like that. She like if we're hitting a hard time, I'm like, babe, it's hard, huh? She's
It's
like,
usually the turning point.
what? I'm like, this is fun though. She's like, I
like, "Shut
hate
up."
this. I'm like, I love this. She's like, why? I'm like, because we're gonna grow.
Yeah.
And I know you don't want to feel the pain, but
Yeah.
we're gonna grow.
Gotta be up from here.
Yeah. We ain't getting lower.
Yeah.
I hope. If we get lower, then we.
But even then, if for some reason it did lower, it's like you have the skills and abilities to like be mentally strong to come back from that.
Well,
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I think some of our best experiences growing as a couple was when we were low.
Yeah.
Was when we were broke because we had to lean on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that we got money, we don't have to lean on each other so much. Like we understand things. Our goals
Sure.
are different. Yeah. But even with my kids, I love seeing my kids struggle. I do. I even tell my dancers, I'm like, I love when you struggle. I love when it's hard and you're not getting the move and you're doing it over and over and you feel that pain because once you get it, that joy, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
I don't do it for the awards. I don't do it for the money.
Yeah.
I do it so that when it clicks in your head and you smile because you nailed it and you felt that you nailed it, that's why I do it.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn that in life. It's going to get hard.
You gotta work hard.
But when you nail it, when you are successful, when you hit that moment, all that hard work,
It's worth it.
yeah, you actually felt the worth of it. But if you're just given things,
There's no lessons learned there.
Right.
no. And everyone's just, I feel like everyone's just like going through life in motion, and they're not enjoying what life and the time can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's something Hawaii has taught me, is to enjoy it. Right? We didn't get to enjoy a lot of it because my parents were always working. And money's awesome, don't get me wrong. Money opens a lot of things. But one thing you cannot buy back, I've learned as a father, and you guys are probably learning now, time.
Nope. That's the biggest, that's the money right now, is time.
You cannot buy time.
Nope.
And I tell business owners, you can always make money. You can always make money. I don't even care. I could make money when I'm 60. That's fine.
Yeah.
Once my kids are out of the house, though, that's it.
Right.
I don't get that time back. And I already have a 9-year-old. I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
How did 9 years go by? What the hell? This is crazy.
We'll talk about last year. She had a recital for another studio she dances at too.
Yeah.
I missed it because I was DJing a wedding here in Idaho Falls.
And you were like, why? Was that worth it?
Yeah, I was like $600, and I'm like, and I told my wife, sorry, I can't go. That's good money. And my wife was like, really? $600? I'm like, we need it.
For that experience and all that.
But I'm like, now I'm like, nah, I'm not wasting this time.
For sure.
That's love, right?
Yeah.
That's how you spell love. Time. In the end, that's how you spell love. And sadly, I'm learning that now, as my oldest is a 9-year-old. So as I'm looking at my 6 and my 3-year-old, no, it's not too late. And now, if they stop me and they're like, Dad, dance with me.
It's like, all right, let's do it. What's
30 seconds? What's a minute?
Literally.
Right?
For that like memory in their brain forever. Of like, my dad will be there for me.
Yep. So
yeah.
Now my perspective is different. Don't get me wrong. I'm a hustler. I'm always going to try and make money. But now money has different spellings, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
Sure. Well, that's all really good advice.
Yeah.
I completely agree, because we have modeled a lot of the stuff that we did from like leaving Hawaii. It was like, because we just had a child, and I will not be able to give my child that time that they need with us hustling and working our lives away all day, all the time.
Well, that's why we don't live in Hawaii too.
Exactly.
They're always like, why don't you live there? I'm like, do you know how expensive
Like
that place
maybe
is?
if all my extended family lived there and I could like.
We live in one house.
Yeah.
We all can support each other.
Then
but
maybe.
even then,
and
it's
if
like,
I had a lot of money.
But even then, with the quality of life, like it's just. Like kind of like you were saying at the beginning, you have to hold your daughter's hand when you went outside in California
I
in
couldn't
some
do that
spots,
in
and
Hawaii.
just like Hawaii,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
she couldn't go out there on her own. That's for sure.
yeah,
No.
at least not where we were. That's
No.
for sure.
Well, that's all such great information from you today. So where can everybody find you on Instagram or to join your dance crew?
Yeah. So in regards to Lost Tribe, you can look us up on Instagram at Lost Tribe Dance. You can check out our website. It's called hiphopidaho.com. And the first class is always free.
Okay.
Cool.
We like to see if it works both ways.
Sure.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we're also at that point where we know this is not for everyone. And if we're not the studio for you, we will help you find the studio that you can be a part of. I'm not against other studios. We'll help you get to their studio if we're not the right fit.
Yeah.
And we also want people to give us a try and see what hip hop can do for your child.
Yeah.
Right. And see how our studio is different and how we work differently than other studios. If you want to check out my juice business.
Yeah. Where's your juice?
Yeah.
We'll have to look out for that at the farmer's market
Shaka
this
Juice.
year.
You can find us Shaka Juice Rexburg on Instagram.
Okay.
We will be at the
You also come to the Idaho Falls market, right?
Yeah. We go to the Rexburg farmers markets. We go to the Idaho Falls farmers markets on Saturdays. And then they're starting a new Ammon Nights kind of farmers markets on Wednesdays.
Okay.
We'll be there. I'll be there with my new business
Exciting.
The
as
new
well.
unreleased business right now.
Unreleased
Is
business.
it? Can you
for
tell
now.
us if it's food or drink?
Yeah.
It's drinks.
It's more drinks.
Okay.
as well, but
Okay.
it's a
But
whole different
from.
whole different business, whole different
Is it
name.
boba?
It is not boba,
I'm like-
sadly.
I was like, what's something else Hawaii that's popular there drink
This one's not
wise?
even Hawaiian.
Okay, good. Okay.
Actually,
Great.
it
Okay.
has no Polynesian
Okay. I'm curious
connections.
to see it then.
I guess you'll have to come
We'll have to come and check it
us
out.
out at the markets.
Okay.
But it's a different culture
Great.
for sure. And I think it's a culture most people here know
Okay.
more than even the Polynesian culture. I know. Now
Enticing.
she's
I
thinking.
know. I'm really curious what this is now.
Now she's thinking. I guess
Could
you'll have
that
to come.
be?
You have to check us out.
You have to tell us off the air.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys after. Yeah, but we'll be at the markets. We sell different drinks for Shaka Juice. And Pog is our number one, right? Which is passion fruit, orange, and guava. But we change up our flavors every week
Okay.
so that you can try out different flavors from different cultures,
Yeah.
right?
I like that.
And then you guys can follow me
Yep. Follow
on
Kioa.
Instagram at Kioa Delos Reyes.
Yes.
All my posts are real. I like posting failures
Okay.
too. I don't post as often as I used to because instead of taking pictures of the moment, I'm trying to be in the moment.
Sure.
And that's something I've changed. So anytime there's a post, it's someone took it or a picture, someone took it because I like being in it. I feel like that's what I remember, right? That's the memories that we keep,
Sure.
especially with my kids.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
everything.
think that's it. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
great. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
being
that
on
was
our
a great
show today. I
podcast.
feel like we had a great chat.
Yeah.
I always like seeing someone who's from Hawaii so we can feel a little bit like we're back there.
Feel that.
Get a little taste of
A little taste.
old home.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, girl.